Hey, good morning, everybody.
Good morning, you guys. We are in our van in Santa Fe. It's in the mid-40s out, but it's a nice, warm and toasty 68 degrees in the van right now. So far, New Mexico has not disappointed. We had an awesome time at that hot spring and exploring the area the first day into the state. Yesterday was a long work day, and then we went to Planet Fitness last night for showers and exercise. Had a decent night here at Planet Fitness overnight. Now today we're looking forward to exploring. It looks like there's a lot to see here in the area, and we hope you come along with us. Well, you guys, this is what van life looks like, at least for us. It's always a little bit messy. We try to keep things cleaned up as best as we can. I used to think it was kind of crazy when I watched other van lifers who talked about how dirty and messy the van got, and it seemed like such a chore to keep it cleaned up, and I was like, how could that be possible in such a small space? It's really the reality of things. When there's not a lot of space for everything, you end up shifting things over all around all the time, and it's just a big mess.
Yeah, it's easy to get things kind of messy. I think my biggest tip is to try to keep Audrey out of the van.
You stinker.
No, in all seriousness, it's just about finding homes for everything and putting things back when you're done with them. Help goes a long way.
So in all seriousness, I do think part of the reason why our van is as messy as it is that it's our busy season right now, and we're trying to cram in sightseeing and getting all of our work done and then our day-to-day stuff. So I'm hoping, maybe it's wishful thinking and maybe it won't happen, but we're hoping when the busy season's over, things will calm down a little bit, and maybe we'll have it a little bit neater in here on a more regular basis and feel like we can just breathe easier and just relax and enjoy what we're doing more. Right now, it's quite a challenge because of the work schedule, but that's temporary. That ends at the end of the month.
Our first stop this morning will be the New Mexico State Capitol.
All right, let's check it out.
Audrey has an old lady with her chickens.
I didn't expect an art exhibit when we came to the Capitol building. A little extra bonus. A little different than the other Capitol buildings we've seen so far.
Definitely has a New Mexico flavor to it.
Just like the other side.
New Mexico's Capitol building didn't wow us like the other Capitol buildings we visited so far, but there were some really neat art pieces on exhibit. The other note of significance is that this Capitol, also known as the Roundhouse, is the only round Capitol building in the country, which makes it quite unique. Additionally, Santa Fe is the oldest capital city in the U.S., and is at the highest elevation at over 7,000 feet above sea level. The building itself is designed with combined elements of New Mexico Territorial style, Pueblo adobe architecture, and Greek Revival adaptations. While it isn't the most ornate capital, we think it's still worth a visit. Alright, so we checked out the Capitol building. Now, guess what we're gonna do? Any idea? We're gonna go see the oldest church in the United States. How about that? The San Miquel Church is the oldest church structure in the U.S. The original adobe walls and altar built by the Tlaxcalan Indians from Mexico in 1610. It's funny, this says the oldest house in the U.S., but someone told me it was the second oldest house. To keep our expenses down, we like to look for free things to do. Usually we find plenty of options that are interesting with no problem. Entry to the Capitol building, church, and this house were all free. Is this the oldest house in the U.S.? That's debatable. Still, it was neat to look around at such an old structure.
Has a very waxy taste to it.
Does it taste like it was from the 1600s? Santa Fe sits in the Sangre de Cristo foothills. It was founded as a Spanish colony in 1610. It's renowned for its Pueblo-style architecture and is a hot spot for the arts. Now we're checking out some of the downtown Santa Fe area. We already found this cool little courtyard with restaurants and shops. It's really fun.
It smells like a rose.
We're at the Five and Dime here, and it's the home of the world famous Frito pie. We're gonna go see if we can get one. I'm pretty sure we're too late. I think it's closed for the day.
Oh man.
Alright, well we checked out the downtown. It's colorful and lots of stuff around here. Now we gotta figure out what's next. Well, here's a little bit of a bird's eye view of Santa Fe. We did a really short little drive from the downtown area to here. This is the Cross of the Martyrs, with a nice little view of the city. Well, we didn't get our Frito pie today, Santa Fe claims that it was originated there at the Five and Dime, which used to be Woolworth's. But the Fritos company supposedly says that's not the case, that it didn't originate there, that they had the recipe on the bag even before the location here in Santa Fe claims it. I don't know, but we didn't get to try it anyway. Basically what it is, it's a bag of Fritos with chili on top and cheese and onions. So we probably didn't miss a whole lot, but it would have been fun to try because it's a staple here in Santa Fe. If you're from the East Coast, it's kind of similar to the walking taco that you get at football games and other things. So that's that. We've run out of time in our day. We wanted to do some more stuff, but we really have to get our video ready for this coming Sunday. So we grabbed a Little Caesars pizza, and we're having pizza, and we're editing.
We've spent many a nights in a Cracker Barrel parking lot. We've also spent a few nights in some remote places, surrounded by beauty.
Just hanging out, baby? This morning we spent a little bit of time looking for Wi-Fi because we need to get some work done. After a few failed attempts, we finally got to the Starbucks, found an outlet that was working and working Wi-Fi, got a little bit to eat and drink, and got some work done.
Now we're going to try something unique and fun.
We're doing something that's not really normal for us. We're splurging a little. We're spending some money on an attraction that we've heard is pretty cool. So let's go check it out. You ready?
Nope.
Meow Wolf is an immersive art adventure. It features 70 rooms created by local artists. It's a fantastical collection of crazy art, whimsical rooms with different themes, zany creations, and super fun portals from one room to another. There's also a story with clues that you can solve. While we didn't take time to do that ourselves, we saw many other groups ranging in age who we saw participating and having a great time. For us, it was enough just to wander from room to room, taking it all in.
All right, I found my room. Come on in.
Catch the opportunity to witness the awe-inspiring
We definitely felt like little kids as we explored this labyrinth of art. Our favorite parts? That we could climb out of a fireplace, exit a hallway by coming out of a fridge into a kitchen, slide down a dryer, and get lost in a fantastical world. Whee! And look at this fun room. It felt like we were in an old cartoon. That was definitely my favorite room. This place was like a fun house on steroids. Hi, kitty. How are you, baby? Would you like a little treat? Would you like a little treat? You want a little treat? Good girl. Here, one little piece. So we're back in the van, grabbing a little of our leftover pizza. We were in there about a little over 2.5 hours, and I would say it's pretty cool. There's a lot to see. There's a lot of really cool things about the place. As we mentioned before, it was a little bit of a splurge for us. We don't like to spend that much. It was a little over $40 a person. I would say it's kind of worth it. I'm glad we did it. I would probably never do it again just because we've experienced it, but it was fun.
I would agree. It's a bit on the pricey side, especially for us. But you could easily spend a few hours there. We were there 2.5 hours, I believe.
Over. Yeah.
And I don't know if we saw everything. And especially you could take your time with some, whatever you find interesting or whatever. It was definitely a mixture of bizarre and interesting and creative and fun. I think it's pretty good for the whole family, kids. I didn't find anything there that was like offensive or scary. Maybe at times it was weird, but if you're concerned about bringing your family here, I think it's pretty safe. So I'm glad we did it. Yeah, I don't know. Might come back, say, a few years from now, see if anything's changed, but it's pretty fun.
I did hear them saying that they change it up, and I think there's 2 other locations in the U.S. I could be wrong. I think in Denver and Las Vegas. So it's probably worth it if you really enjoy it to come back and see how it's changed. The other thing is there's like a storyline about somebody that's missing in the family or something. We didn't do that. I think that would have taken a lot longer because you have to read the clues, and there's sometimes people waiting in the lines for it and stuff. We thought it was cool without even doing that. So it was fun. This is where we're going to leave you today. Don't miss our next episode as the adventure continues. We drive our van up the mountain in search of mountain views and aspens changing color for fall. Well, there's definitely some pretty colors up here. Now here is an awesome view. Wait till you see this. We'll have a few mishaps and laughs along the way due to hairpin turns in high altitude. It's like inflated chip bags.
Isn't that kind of wild?
As always, thanks for following along on our van life journey. We'd really appreciate it if you take time to hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. See you next time.